All right, folks, you know what? I'm mad at China. I am. I mean, they started this. We know that. How about suing them? Can you sue them? Apparently you can. There is a lawsuit in the works right now against China. Actually, it's already been filed. It's a class action lawsuit. I want to bring in the representative of the law firm that filed it and one of the people affected, although millions have been affected. This is Jeremy Alters. He is the chief spokesperson for the Berman Law Group. We also are joined by Jessica. She's a flight attendant. She was exposed to COVID-19. She's asked that we not mention her airline, but it is a major one that we are all familiar with. Welcome to you both. Jeremy, you're suing China. I guess that's possible. You can sue an entire country. How's it going so far?
So far, so good, Greg. We sued China on March 12th. We are gathering clients as we speak. Things like this have helped tremendously. There is a movement of people that are getting behind this lawsuit. I mean, let's be frank. China unleashed a pandemic on the world, and they did it through the COVID-19 viral bomb. And it is exploding all over the United States as we speak. And it was as simple as containing it in Wuhan before it ever got here and not letting people go on planes and come here. And that's where we are now, Greg. And it's terrible. It's horrible. It's a terrible situation that could have been prevented by China, by the CCP, and they need to be held accountable for what they did to our people, to our economy, and to everyone around the world.
So I went through the brief, I went through the filing, and I think it's a matter of fact now that we all accept they lied about it in the early stages. They persecuted their own doctors who were trying to get the word out. But you say something in there that confused me. You say this may have come from their bioweapons lab. You put in the lawsuit, maybe. And I was a little bit surprised you said maybe. I mean, usually lawsuits, you charge, you allege. Why did you hedge on the bioweapon theory?
When we're pursuing a lawsuit like this, we are entitled to discovery. What is the chance that China says, oh, here's all of our documents. Here are 20,000, 100,000, a million documents. We believe that is what happened. We believe we will prove it through the lawsuit. But China has to come to the table and do their job and represent what they've done here in order to find out the truth behind why this happened. Look, we know they didn't contain it. We know it. We know they knew about it. We know they didn't tell us about it. But what exactly happened in that biolab? Was the disease manipulated? Was it let out into the wet markets, which, by the way, according to the news, reopened today? Why does this keep happening, and why does their propaganda get in the way of the truth all of the time?
Jessica, I'm sorry you've been exposed to the COVID-19 virus, but you are not yet positive. Have you been tested? What's happening with you?
Hi, yes, I've been tested. They told me it would be about 5 to 7 business days before I would get an answer of if I was positive or negative for the test. I was exposed on, I believe, the 15th of March.
On a plane?
Yes, by a fellow crew member who was asymptomatic at the time.
And we know that fellow crew member has COVID-19 at this point.
Yes, they were confirmed positive.
And how did your airline handle it? Did they come to you or did you go to them?
Yes, it's their policy to inform any of the crew members of exposure to COVID-19.
And I understand since you were asymptomatic, you weren't showing any signs, they wanted you to keep flying?
They said we can keep flying as long as we don't have a fever of 100.3. It's per the CDC guidelines, which I believe should be more strict.
I'm a little surprised those are the CDC guidelines, but at least they're the CDC guidelines. You're feeling okay for the time being?
I've been a little under the weather for the past week. I've been sleeping 19 hours a day. I have a cough. I've had a fever all day that I haven't been able to break. Headaches, aches and pains, you name it. I cannot taste or smell anything. It's been pretty miserable, but I'm hanging in there, a lot luckier than a lot of other people right now.
Wow, I'm sorry. From what I've read, those are the early symptoms, the early signs. All right, Jeremy, we want to get Jessica and probably 500 million other people a lot of money here. Let's talk cash. What's the plan for monetary damages? And has China ever paid up in a lawsuit?
They have. They paid up in a lawsuit called Chinese drywall, where they imported defective drywall to the United States. Other countries have paid up as well, including Libya and Sudan and Cuba. So this has happened before. There is precedent for it. And look, we're talking, when we filed this on March 12th, we thought it was going to be hundreds of billions of dollars. We know just from the stimulus package, this is over $2 trillion. So this is a multi-trillion-dollar lawsuit. This is something that needs to be done, and we need to demand China pay for what they've done. They can't get away with this stuff any longer. It's enough.
All right. Now, if anybody wants to get involved, I mean, you've got plaintiffs everywhere. Yes. I mean, can they reach out to your law firm? Is it that easy? I mean, how does it work?
It is that easy. They can go to demandchinapay.org, and it will take them directly to our website where they can fill out the form to join the lawsuit. And we want everyone involved. We want everybody to get behind this. This is an American issue now, and we as Americans need to get behind this.
The only thing that disappoints me sometimes about these class action lawsuits, you got so many defendants, plaintiffs. In the end, even if it's a huge settlement, they don't get that much money, right?
It can happen, but we're dealing with a world superpower here. So money on China's end should not be an issue. Everyone should be compensated for what they've lost.
Give me that website.
This is a unique situation.
Look, I'm on board. What's that website? One more time, please.
Demandchinapay.org.
Demandchinapay.org. Excellent.